Hi, I'm Mario from AT Overland. Today we're going to walk you around a Toyota Tacoma with a Habitat. It's one of our very first toppers that we still make, and it's still one of the coolest ones we built. So this one is set up on a Gen 3 Tacoma, and it's been nicely built. This truck is equipped with an Old Man Emu suspension with the 600-pound rear leaf spring add. So the tire size on this lift is a 315/75 R16, so effectively a 35-inch tire. So this is a substantial lift for this truck. The front end of the truck has been equipped with a four-wheel parts front bumper, which is actually quite nicely executed. It follows the lines of the truck, and we have fitted it with a come-up winch with synthetic cable, really well concealed in here. It's a 9,500-pound winch. The rear end of this Tacoma has been also fitted with a four-wheel parts double swing-away rear bumper. So there's plenty of room for the full-size spare tire. And then on the passenger side swing-away, we fitted an AT propane cylinder holder, 5-pound propane cylinder, and an AT jerry can holder. I will demonstrate the swing-away. One of the other nice features about this swing-away is it has a built-in prep table, so this is super handy if you're cooking outside. It has one on each side. And here's the inside of the Habitat. What's nice about this particular configuration is you still have the full usable space of your truck bed for daily use and hauling. This particular customer, he has a couple of dogs, and this is a great way for him to transport his dogs around. Gen 2 and Gen 3 Tacomas are built with composite beds. These composite beds have a lot of play in them. So what we recommend for any topper is to put in a set of bed stiffeners. So these are aluminum bed stiffeners. We make them at AT. There's also other brands on the market, but if you're putting a topper on your truck, you definitely want to have bed stiffeners in a second gen or third gen Tacoma. On second and third generation Tacoma trucks, we use the cargo rail that exists in the truck mated to our own brackets that create a clamp that hold the topper down. This type of clamp system also applies to the new generation of Tundra in 2022. This Habitat has also been equipped with the Truma heater. It has been mounted on the passenger side and has access to all of its controls and electrical from the inside. And on the outside is where the exhaust and propane inputs are for the heater. Here's intake and exhaust for combustion air. This is input for propane, and this is conveniently placed to work with the propane cylinder, which is on the swing away over here. So all it has to be done is to connect the propane here, plug it in, and activate the heater on the inside. The beauty of the Truma heater is that it is a forced air heater. That means that there is no contact with the fresh air that you're breathing on the inside of the camper with the combustion air, which contains carbon monoxide and a lot of moisture, which causes condensation. So what ends up happening is you have flame inside of a plenum, and your fresh air is blown over the top of the other side of the plenum. So no contact with that fresh air. So no condensation on the inside. It also recircs that inside air through that heater, so it progressively heats it up faster and faster and faster, and then therefore you have this great efficiency with the Truma heater. This can be optioned to be on the passenger side wall if you have no window. If you have a window, it could be put on the front wall of the cab, but you can't have a window there. So if you were selecting the heater option for a Habitat or any of our toppers, it's important that we have one wall free with no window in order to install it. When you order the heater option, it is advised that you have a secondary power system in your vehicle. This truck is equipped with 2 batteries underneath the hood, and one of those batteries is dedicated to the auxiliary functions. If you don't have space to put a battery underneath the hood, then you're going to need an auxiliary battery someplace in the bed of the truck. Some people like the idea of using a portable lithium-ion power pack that are available commercially. If you want to go down that path, please keep in mind you need to have an output of 12 volt DC that is a minimum of 15 amps. In absence of that, then you would have to go another route, like with a National Luna power pack. At AT Overland, we exclusively use Arctic turn windows and hatches for our toppers. This is the double pane window. It is a 450 by 1100, that's millimeters. And it's double pane, and it has a privacy screen and a bug screen. It's hinged at the top. The Habitat uses gas springs to assist in the lifting and opening of the top. To secure the Habitat closed, on the front there are 2 rubber latches, and then there's a safety catch here. And a safety catch can be padlocked in case you're worried about security. Every Habitat comes with a set of support rods. These support rods hold the camper open and also provide a tool to help you open it. So the way that this works is that you have a sleeve that allows you to connect the 2 rods together. So now you have one very long pusher pull. In the end of the support rod is a spherical bearing. The spherical bearing connects to a ball on the topper. Now our pusher rod is connected to the top. To open the top, we'll unlatch the safety catch, release the 2 rubber buckles, and it starts to open by itself, and that's the gas springs wanting to lift it open. We take the pusher rod and we keep our body close to the vehicle because we want to stay in line with this direction of push. And we're going to put a little bit of muscle into it and push it over. And then that gas spring also serves as a shock absorber to keep it from abruptly landing. Then we disconnect the pusher rod and turn it into a support rod again. So we still have to open this all the way, so we're going to pull on it and get our support rod lined up and connect it to the side of the topper. And then we take the other support rod, connect it to the other side, and then we connect the support rod. With the support rods in place, now we can exert full force on the back of this. This lid, which is where the bed section is with the mattress, will support 600 pounds. We still have a little bit of prep left to do. There's a fabric skirt that pulls over the edge. This fabric skirt serves to force rainwater to run off of the tent. And then we pull in a drawstring here that just wraps the corner around here. It doesn't have to be tight, just enough so that the fabric doesn't lift up in the wind. There's a pull that holds the eave over the windows out. So we take the strap, we pass it through the footman loop, bring the strap back, pass it through the Fastex buckle, and then put a little bit of tension on it. Doesn't have to be super tight, just enough to hold it out. And one final thing left to do is we have a button snap that connects to the side of the truck that keeps this skirt moving water away. Every one of our toppers has a liftgate stiffener in it with 4 amber LED lights with a switch that illuminate your tailgate area, because this is where people most commonly are going to hang out and cook and prep everything for their campsite. This makes sense. This Tacoma has been equipped with 2 of our optional bifold panel sleep panels. So these are made out of honeycomb composite. They're very light. And what they do is they allow the user to put air mattresses on this side of the habitat to add additional sleeping. So you can sleep up to 4 people comfortably in a habitat, just like the folks from Clay Croft's crew of Overland. They did exactly the same thing. There is a gap in between the panels, and sometimes people ask about that. That gap is necessary for the air to escape from the topper when you close it up. Otherwise, the tent is just a giant balloon. To get access, to get into the top, it's very simple. You push up on the bifold panel, and it slides out of the way. The same with the other bifold panel. And now we've opened up the inside of the tent, and I can stand up. So once we've opened this habitat, we've taken a 5-foot bed Tacoma and turned this into a 15.5-foot long living space. It's pretty incredible. There's a lot of little features in the tent that I'm going to describe for you. We have mozzie screen throughout the habitat. This is a fine enough mesh to keep out most of the no-see-ums. Very critical if you live in buggy country. There are little features. There's this little string here that allows you to pull up on the outside corner of the rain guard on the front of the habitat. We did this specifically because sometimes you don't want to bring in a lot of light, but you just want to have a little bit of airflow come in. And if it starts to rain, you can release that down and protect that entrance. We also have this screen available to open to the front, and I'll demonstrate that. The front mozzie screen will open. It's got a zipper on it, 2-way zipper. And what we can do to bring in a lot of light and ventilation is we can lift up the outside rain cover. And it's got a couple of straps that we can connect so it doesn't flap around. And what's kind of cool about this on a 5-foot Tacoma with a crew cab is that you could still have a roof rack out here. And I love this, what Clay Croft and his team did. They actually put a lot of gear in alu boxes on their roof rack so they could open them up and bring them inside the tent. And you can also, if you want to shoot camera or just take a look, you can stand up on this platform and be outside. So if you don't want the mozzies in, close it up, but you got lots of light. So over here on the other side of the habitat topper, and this is the overhanging part, is where our mattress is. So I can sleep this way if I want, or if I prefer, I can sleep this way. The reason we have this little vinyl window here is so that you can peek out if you hear a noise in the middle of the night, but it doesn't reveal too much view on the inside. We also have a gear loft over your bed. So when you go to bed, you can put your clothes up there and get them out of the way. It's pretty handy. If you want more ventilation, we have another side window here, which can be rolled up. And held open, so you have ventilation on both sides or privacy on both sides. This mattress is 48 inches wide and it is 88 inches long. So if you're tall, it's a pretty nice mattress to be on. Our transition area here between getting down and getting in is padded, so it's easy on your knees and on your butt when you're sliding off. We have a moon-shaped window here, half moon, but this is also a door. So you can open this up and have full access to the outside if you want. Hey, would you hand me up that beer? So you got good access. Now, the way that Overland used their topper, when they have 4 people in here, and they put down their bifold panels, and they actually used an external ladder to come in and out of this door. And you have one on each side, so you have all kinds of access. Next to your sleeping positions, you have little mesh pockets. So if you want to put your glasses in, your flashlight, you have a place to do that. And you have 4 of those inside the Habitat tent. You have one on each side here and one on each side there. So in a variety of different places throughout the Habitat tent, we placed little loops, like for example, right up here in the center hoop, a little loop. And that's so you could hang your own personal version of an LED lantern or a light in here. You certainly wouldn't want to use an open flame, but an LED lantern would be awesome. To use one of our bifold sleep panels, you simply just drop it down and slide it into its position. So this is strong enough for me to go ahead and put a mattress up here and lay down. So we can close the other sleep panel. And there you go. Now we have this full space, all right? See how strong it is? I'm unabashedly 175 pounds and this doesn't even flex. And then to open the sleep panel from the inside, it's pretty easy. We have 2 little webbing straps here. You simply pick up on the webbing strap and that opens up the panel. Then I can jump down and open up the other panel. And now we have the space of the truck bed returned to us. We exclusively use Arctic turn windows for our side windows and roof hatches and hatches. These are really nice double pane acrylic windows. The 450 by 1100 that's used in our toppers has 5 engagement latches, so you don't have to worry about your window flying open down the road. And you push it open partway and you get a partial opening of about 1.5 inches here. You can raise it up a little bit further and that'll bring in more airflow. And I can feel this right now just wafting through here into the Habitat. And then it has the 3rd highest opening, lets even more air in. What's nice about being hinged at the top is if you do have vertical rain on the outside, it will deflect it. All right, the light blocking screen controls your privacy and also is a solar barrier to keep sun out. And then the bug screen keeps the bugs out. And you can open this and separate it and have it completely open. The Habitat flips backwards by design. Our reason for this design was to provide protection at the back of the truck where you congregate when you're camping anyway. This is typically where you're going to have your cooler, you're going to cook here. This is where people are going to want to congregate. It's just like having the kitchen at home. Everybody hangs out around the kitchen. So now you can protect this space. It gives you shade, it gives you protection from the rain. And we also offer an option of putting lights in this area. We call it a lid light. And we use the Baja Designs rock lights mounted into the lid, high quality light on a switch, illuminates this space. And when you go with our optional vestibule, which we'll demonstrate later, it'll light that interior of the vestibule, so it becomes your living room. This is our optional vestibule for the Habitat. Comes in a nice, tidy, durable bag. It's a little oversized, so it's easy to put away. In the bag, you have the vestibule itself and a bag of stakes and straps. Now you can go around and you can tension the straps to get everything just the way you want it. And now you have a big room underneath the awning of your habitat, essentially an enclosed patio. The way you access is two different ways. We can come in through the side here, and we have a swing away in the way, so we'll move a little bit out of the way. But once you come in here, now you have this huge space. So if it were cold or windy or rainy, now you can protect you, your family, your team. Lots of space on the inside. It's really quite nice. Now it's not for bugs. It's mostly for wind, rain, sun. But it really helps enclose this space and give you a real additional usage for this roof that flips backwards and encloses your patio. Right, you can also ingress and egress from the corners. And there's a Fastex buckle down here at the bottom that allows you to get in either side. And something else that you can do is you can release this and you can roll it up so you have one side open. The other thing that you can do is the corners have additional grommets. So you could get another set of poles and you can turn this into an outside awning. And you can do that with all three sides of this. It's a very versatile product. It covers a lot of bases for a lot of people in the outdoors. And then easy to return back to how it was originally set up. Pull the zipper down. Engage your straps on your stakes. Tension it out. And now it's a vestibule again. This brilliant piece of fabric engineering is made for us here in the US by Dragonfly Tarps in Idaho. Wonderful company. We're happy to have them as a partner. Well, thank you for visiting with us today and letting us show you the very versatile AT Overland habitat. As you can see, you can sleep 4, you can have a patio, and you can really camp in style. It's a great product. Thank you for joining us. Visit us at atoverland.com.